You're listening to Moviesucktastic.
It all sounds like some bad movie.
Right. Now, what's our time?
Well, because there's a little bit of editing. We're probably looking at about an hour and 35 minutes right now.
Okay, so we don't have enough time to go over the other film I challenged you to.
Alive or Dead?
Yeah.
If we can do it in 10 minutes.
15.
15? All right, let's do it.
Okay, and this is a new segment I wanted to introduce.
Yep.
That we don't have any music.
We don't have a title or music for it. I think this is it's essentially straight to video, straight to streaming.
Well, my idea was to call it the home game, Moviesucktastic, the home game. And what we do is because our rule with Moviesucktastic is it has to be a film that released in the theater.
Right. That's true.
But I think every now and then you do find a direct-to-video film that is bad beyond just being, okay, they had no money and no talent.
Right.
Sometimes you have a film that's like especially just mind-bogglingly, bizarrely bad. And so in those situations, we should bypass the rules with a special segment called the Moviesucktastic Home Game, where you, the viewer, can watch it on Netflix, on streaming Netflix, and then listen to us or call our hotline at...
That's 908-514-4470.
So here's my concept. We'll play with it real quick.
Okay.
We're going to tell you the name of the movie is Alive or Dead. And as of the recording of this episode, Alive or Dead is available on Netflix streaming. So if you have Netflix streaming, pause the episode, watch the movie, call us at
908-514-4470.
and leave your review before listening to us talk about the film.
Yeah, because we're going to spoil the shit out of it. Not that there's much to spoil, but there is some.
But that's where you can play along with it. And
yeah.
then if anybody calls, because our listeners are lazy, apathetic mooches,
mm-hmm.
I mean that in a nice way. We will then play them later on, and that's how the whole game is played.
Yes, sir.
So it's probably going to be a failure, but I thought it'd be a cool idea. It's really an excuse to review this one film because I watched this. I was like, oh my god, I can't. Oh, you want to set it up? No, I want to set it up. Well, you know what? I'll set it up. I'll tag team you.
Okay, sounds good.
The movie starts with a hot chick in a car driving at night.
Oh, I wanted to. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I got it.
It's so easy to set that up.
So easy, and you automatically know you're on a rocky road because she's trying to have phone sex and not doing it very well, or her boyfriend's not doing it very well.
Right.
And while driving on this rocky road at night, deserted road, while she's trying to have phone sex, she's playing with herself and reaching into her purse. She can't find her vibrator, so
she uses her phone charger.
Stop.
What? I'm helping.
I want to reveal this.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm trying to say, in one of the most ingenious ways of get rid of the cell phone in a horror film employs, she masturbates with the charger of her cell phone.
It's not ingenious.
It's the most...
It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Well, who else would have thought of it? It's like
just someone trying to figure out a way for her to get rid of her cell phone.
Right.
Yeah,
if you're a screenwriter and you're writing a horror film these days, like, okay, everyone in the world has a cell phone. How do I get rid of this one? Instead of just saying, oh, I can't get a signal, the genius that wrote the screenplay said she masturbates with it, then it won't get a good connection in the
But my problem with that.
What?
My problem is, and again, it's a shitty film. It looks like it was done with a camcorder. Not a lot of thought was put into it.
I disagree, sir. I think too much thought was put into this film.
The way she puts it down her pants,
yeah.
there's no way she's getting off that way.
Well,
with a phone charger. Ain't happening.
No, wait, so that's where you're going to draw the line with that. Is the angle?
The angle.
Oh.
It's all wrong.
You're disappointing me.
It's all wrong.
And I thought I watched too much porn.
And I don't think it was down there long enough to ruin the charger anyway.
That I agree with. But, no, I think there's too much thought in this film because somebody really had went through painstaking, just different machinations of how do we get rid of the cell phone where she can't charge it and this and that. And it's trying to be clever in such a bizarre way.
Right.
And the wooden dialogue during the failed...
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was
No. Your voice just went totally auto-tune on me.
Oh, you know what? I must hit my cord.
What the fuck? You sound awful right now.
How about now?
Still bad.
Is this any better?
A lot better. Perfect.
All right, sorry about that.
Nah, no problem.
But the wooden dialogue just during the unsuccessful phone sex scene alone,
right?
The bad dialogue of that mixed up with the masturbating with the phone charger really demonstrates how bad the writing in this film is going to be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so she comes across an abandoned school bus that with the words "help
me.
us, help me or help us,
help me,"
written in blood on one of the windows.
And I would shit on how it's written on the glass, but I think in a fit of, I guess trauma would be the best way to say it. One of the letters is backwards, and I know it was done to try and just like, oh, it's backwards. Oh, it looks kind of weird. But
I have actually a prediction.
You have a prediction?
Or a guess. I'm guessing that the original title of the film
was "Help Me."
Was "Help Me" with the
number
one letter. Yeah, with the number 9 as
the E.
Yeah.
It's possible. It's definitely possible. But in a scenario like that where there's that much trauma going on, I can definitely see someone writing fast that they can get a word backwards. Sure. But because it's in this movie, fuck them. They're doing it to be clever, and it's not. Now,
the rest of the film, it all goes bad from there.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, it sure does. Basically, it is the creepiest hide and seek game ever put on film.
And dullest.
The two girls, because the one girl finds the other one in the bus,
and then she stows away while the
Yeah, right. Yes, exactly. But at some point, they build up to them going into what is like a castle of some sort.
Yeah, apparently they knew somebody who had a castle in the desert, which is like a house. Right. It looked like a castle in the desert.
Right, and they're basically this really big fat hillbilly guy who can't speak, or barely can speak. He's just chasing them through the house. They're going in one room. One girl hides in the closet. She leaves it open way too much, in my opinion, just so she can see him. Right. I don't know how he just didn't go right for the closet first.
Now, here, you're missing a grand point that has to be made.
Okay.
We have a setup where these two girls, one who was kidnapped, the other who was stowed away on the bus. The bus has human body parts in it.
That's true.
They arrive at this castle in the middle of the desert, and then they kill the person that was driving the bus.
This is true also.
And then they say, okay, we've just escaped what we might be near death, and we're in the middle of nowhere. This desert. We can either drive the bus to safety,
or we can stick around,
or we can wander through the strange house, assuming no one else is here, and very casually take a tour of the building until something bad happens.
Which is exactly what they do.
Right, and it's literally a very slow, boring tour of the house. Like they're not even looking for a phone.
It's called filler.
They're not even looking for a phone. They're just wandering in rooms like, oh wow, look at this room.
Yeah. It's called filler, and this film is only 82 minutes anyway.
Roger Corman would be proud.
Yeah, exactly. If you cut all of that out, this film would realistically probably be around maybe 45 minutes long.
There was 30 minutes of a decent short film in this.
Yeah. If this was a 30-minute short film, that person would be given money to make more movies.
And even that 30-minute short film would still suck.
It would suck, but it would show, maybe if we gave this guy $2 million or $3 million, maybe they can make something decent. Because this film, I wouldn't even say it cost $1 million. I think I can make a better film with my Kodak HD camera.
Oh, well, and also, if you had the circumstance where, hey, we have access to this castle in the middle of a desert.
Right.
There's a house that looks like a castle. We have access. We can film there. Let's write a screenplay around it. Right now, in like, time me, 15 minutes, I could come up with a better film idea than what was perpetrated on screen.
Okay.
You could.
Yeah, I think so.
The average 10-year-old could come up with a better idea.
Hey, the kids from Super 8 were making a better film.
I haven't seen it yet. So.
You haven't seen it yet. Well, there's a whole thing in there where they're making a zombie movie, and it's better than this. You know it's better than this.
A zombie movie would have been better.
Yeah, I think so.
And that's so cliche. And it's almost like you have this feeling the filmmaker thought, okay, suspense. Suspense is when you're waiting for something to happen. So if I'm leave the audience waiting for something to happen for 15 minutes, that's 15 minutes of suspense building.
No.
That's not how it works, sir.
No, that's not how it works.
And you hit a point where you realize nothing's going to happen.
You know what's funny? When you told me to watch it and we were going to cover it with our new segment, I went on to Netflix, and every film that I look at always has an overall user rating and what Netflix thinks I will rate it. And I want to know if yours is as accurate as mine. Because
I have to go and look now.
When I went in, it said the average user rating was 2.5 stars. But based on other reviews that I've made, given, and received, it predicted that I would give this 1.5 stars. And it nailed it right on the head. I would probably, realistically, I will rate it, but I probably will give it a 1.5 star. Maybe a 1.
1.5? Where the hell did you get the half star from?
You can give it half stars.
But why would you give it a half a star?
Oh, one is what is 1? Did not like it. 2 is
all right, Joey. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 is the worst.
Okay.
So why would you go above that 1?
You're right. I did mention that I would probably give it a 1.
Yeah,
that I might give it a 1.5.
I don't even know why you'd even contemplate that 1.5.
So what did what is your?
I can't access my Netflix, so don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it then.
I'll check it out later. Where would you get the half star? But my best part is later on when the doctor is revealed.
Yes.
And
who looks oddly like what's his face from Lost, Penny's father. I thought it was him for a split second.
Well, yeah. but so this doctor appears out of nowhere,
right,
and spends 3 minutes explaining what he's doing there.
Yes.
Because
revenge.
Well, and if he didn't take the 3 or 4 minutes to explain in detail why he was there, there's no way you'd figure it out.
No.
And the fact that he's a doctor trying to tracking down people that grown monsters that should have been killed as babies.
Right.
It doesn't explain why he's dressed like a monk. Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
I'm waiting for the part where it's like, so I joined the monastery, and I care, there's no, or why he's wandering around this house and hiding the whole time.
Yeah, just looking on, and you don't see him do that throughout the entire film. Yeah. You don't get introduced to him until the end of the movie.
Well, no.
No?
Don't forget when they first go in the house.
Yeah.
There's a shot of him walking in the background, past one of the doorways.
Oh, that's right.
There's a tease, right. And then he doesn't appear for another half hour.
Right.
Well, all right. So where the hell's the monk come into play?
Right.
And also let's introduce the cannibalistic alligator-faced boy.
Oh God.
And again, you can almost read the filmmaker's mind. Yeah, I'll throw that in there, and that'll be weird. And then when I don't describe that, when I don't explain why it's there, that's that kind of cool thing where you don't explain something, so it's just there and it's weird. Yeah, but then there's a way where it just becomes stupid, and this is it.
Exactly. No, you're right. He was in there just for, I don't want to say shock value, but you're right. It's like this happens. Let's not explain it. It'll be cooler.
And it's one of those films where you can't figure out what's worse, what's not explained, or what is.
Right.
Because did you catch the logic? I'm still fuzzy on the logic behind how they figured out that the hillbilly guy, the guy kidnapping people.
Oh.
Because they found the caretaker's room, but he didn't have the key to the room, but the hillbilly did.
Right.
So, but then who was the caretaker, and why would the other guy's picture of his family be there?
Right, and the hillbilly in the film, he is he's one of the most, well, he's extremely violent, and I thought it was terrible. They're both on the roof. One girl's on one side of the roof, the other girl's on the other side of the roof, and he comes up to the roof, and just starts walking real slow, almost zombie-like towards them. And the one girl calls to the other girl, says, "Hey, I need you to come over here for a minute." And she just kind of walks past him like it's nonchalant.
Right. Now, she did that because she figured out he was dangerous because she saw a piece of string hanging from his belt loop. Right?
Right.
What was that?
I don't know.
I like to think of myself as a smart moviegoer. And that threw me.
Yeah.
And I can't be bothered to rewind a Netflix streaming, so I just have to bear with it.
Yeah, I felt the same way.
And when they ran through the whole logic of how, okay, that is, the guy was a caretaker because he didn't have the key, but he had the key. But again, how did you even get to that conclusion?
Right. And she's like, "Oh, come over here," and then run, and then he starts going nuts.
Mm-hmm. And also in the first act, when the girl that was kidnapped on the bus,
right.
When they're talking, all of a sudden she mentions, yeah, obituaries. How can you sum up a person's life in one paragraph? They did that to my father. He was a doctor. He helped people. It's like, oh, okay, that's way too much information. This is going to come up later. So when the old guy starts to talk about how he's a doctor, I'm like, oh, that's her father.
Yep.
And then it's not. So what the hell is going on? You have the setup.
Well, they did it on purpose because they're saying, see, we threw that in there and to make you think this, but we're smart. We're doing this in such a way that you're not going to think it. You're going to think it's that, but then we're going to do a 180 on you. You know what? I hate it when films do that. Not that they tricked me, but in a way you kind of figure out that, okay, in my head anyway, I'm saying to myself, they're going to make you think it's her father, and then they're not going to make it her father. And that's exactly what they did.
Right.
So it by them trying to be unpredictable, they become predictable, in my opinion.
In most ways, yeah. And
well, yeah, they think they're too cool for the room, and it just turns out that the film is just shit.
And even better is when the one girl escapes.
Right.
And then all of a sudden she shows up like, all right, so was she back at the castle? No, apparently there's another castle.
Right.
How long did that take you to figure out? I think, does she double back?
Right.
Why is she at the castle? And
I
then
don't know.
And later on they show a long shot where it's like, oh, it's a smaller portion of the castle in the distance.
Right. It's still the same place.
So she ran and it's in a different direction than when she ran off.
Uh-huh.
And apparently she didn't think that a building that was that close might have any significance. The best part of the film, spoiler alert,
right.
which shouldn't be because is when the hillbilly guts her with that pipe at the end.
Oh, right.
I was like, all right, finally this film has gained some respect. It's killed one of the people.
Right. And they didn't even show it. They just showed him do the thrust, and then they show her with the pipe. And to me, that just means they didn't have the budget.
Oh, really? You caught that?
Yeah, I caught that.
And that ruins it too, because if they had shown it, there would have been a part of me that guessed that maybe they killed her.
Right. Oh.
Before I watched this, I IMDb'd it. If you IMDb the film,
right,
they don't even show a movie poster. You know,
No.
IMDb, they'll show like the movie poster or the cover of the DVD.
Yes.
IMDb just shows a picture of her like posing against like one of the walls of the castle.
Oh, really?
It's like, we can't even put a poster on here.
Oh, that's right. I went to there, and on IMDb, I got 3 out of 10.
Again, I don't know how it got 3. Maybe because the girl was hot. Maybe people appreciated the masturbation humor. I don't know.
I don't know.
Did you go back? Did you go back and look at the movie poster on Netflix?
Hold on. I was just gonna bring that up. The movie poster on Netflix is the hillbilly guy who is in really good shape.
Yeah, he's like thin.
Which obviously it's not the same guy on the poster.
Right.
When I looked at it, I'm like, what? I'm like, he's got like a nice head of hair. He's probably he's looking pretty svelte. I think is a good word for it. He almost looks like a WWF wrestler. Mm-hmm. And then when you get into the film, it's like, who the fuck's this guy?
And what weapon is he holding on the movie cover?
A mace.
Yeah, a mace.
And it's like, where's that in the movie?
And even the school bus looked different, I thought.
Yeah, it did. It did.
That
is just
hairs.
That is just your classic advertising for, if we make the poster look cool, we might get some people interested into watching this or tricked into watching this. And it's just classic advertising. Dude, you're breaking up on me.
How about now?
No. You know what? I think this is our cue to end the show.
But I have to say goodbye. You can't leave me hanging.
Oh, your voice came back. Okay, good. Two technical difficulties in the same episode is too many.
I figured out where the flaw is on my headset too. So
really?
Yeah, there's a short in the cable leading from the headphones.
This is a brand new headset.
Yeah.
Came out of plastic and everything.
Yep.
How is this possible?
I must have. I don't know. It's because I don't know.
Stop playing with it.
I'm not. Well, I'm moving my head is what basically. Right?
Then stop moving your head.
I have stopped moving my.
I'm not editing this out.
Okay.
We don't edit anymore.
But the beauty of the film is after the scene with the doctor in the robe.
Right.
You pretty much give up any hope of the film having any kind of cohesion to it.
No. Definitely not.
And so by the time you get to the very end, the implausibility and the bizarreness of it just all right, and not in a good way. It doesn't hurt as much.
You're right. I'll agree with that.
and I can't even do a spoiler alert.
Oh God, Jesus! Are you in the Black-Eyed Peas right now? Jesus Christ!
How about now,
dude?
How about now?
Nope.
How about now?
Better.
Good.
Can you hear me now?
Good.
Yeah, it's perfect.
All I wanted to say was, and I'll stop before my headphones explode on my head, is if I explained in detail now the last 10 minutes of the film, it would not be considered a spoiler alert.
No.
Because
you see it coming.
It would no way detract from or add to the enjoyment of the film or lack thereof.
Got it, Dr. Roboto.
Oh, fuck me. How about now?
No.
Now?
No sirree, Bob.
This sucks.
Okay, it's better now. You're killing what little fans we have left right now.
All right, we got to sign out now then.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Okay, thank you again for joining us for another episode of Moviesucktastic. You can listen to us on iTunes. You can get us on Stitcher. You can go to our homepage, Moviesucktastic.com, and listen to us there. You can download any of our MP3s, put them on your MP3 player, any of that. Do a search for Moviesucktastic. You will find us. Email us at themovieguys@Moviesucktastic.com, or call us and leave us voicemail at 908-514-4470. All right. You got any wisdom?
Yeah, my words of wisdom: don't buy a headset from Amazon.
I bought the same one, and it's just fine.
Don't give me any technology.
That's a good point.
That's the word of wisdom. If
all right.
touches technology, it'll crumble to dust.
There you go. All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
See ya.
What the fuck?